Hello and welcome to Mr. Brent's 5th grade everyday math review. In this video we're going to be going over lesson 4.8, which is solving problems on a coordinate grid. The home link is asking you to basically make a triangle and make a quadrilateral. So to do that, let's start with making 3 points. So I'm going to make one there, and that's going to be A. I'm going to make one there. That's going to be B. And then I'm going to make one here, and that's going to be C. Now, I need to list what the coordinates are. So A, starting at the origin, and this is the x-axis, so we go horizontally, and x is remember it's always, x is the first coordinate, y is the second coordinate. So A goes, has a coordinate of 4, and then it goes up to 9. So A is 4, 9. B is 1 and then up to 4, so 1, 4. And C is over to 9 and up to 1, so 9, 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect those. If you have a ruler, you can go ahead and use a ruler. That wasn't too bad. And then there. Hopefully your lines are a little bit straighter than mine, although mine aren't too terrible. So now I'm going to switch over to a quadrilateral, and so I need to have 4 dots for this one. And they ask you to label them M, N, O, P. So I'm going to say this one's M, N, O, and P. So now let's find the coordinates of those. M, N, O, P. M is 1 and 8. So the coordinates are 1, 8. N is 2, 1, so over 2, up 1. O is all the way out to 10, and it goes up to 5, so 10, 5. And then P also goes all the way out to 10, and it goes all the way up to 10, so 10, 10. Now, on your home link, the coordinate plane goes up to the number 18 for both the x and y axis, so you could use bigger numbers. I just have 10, and I'm going to go ahead and connect the dots on that. Those of you who are familiar with Pee Wee Herman, he used to have a segment where he would connect the dots. And there's my quadrilateral. For the practice problems, we are comparing and ordering decimals, and we're going to make this a true statement. So we're going to either go with, we're going to put less than, greater than, or equal to. And for our first one here, when we're dealing with decimals, it doesn't matter how many digits there are, it matters the place. So I'm going to write these vertically and line up the decimal point. And the first thing I'm going to do is look at the ones place, because we compared the whole numbers first. And in the ones place, it's the same. We both have zeros. So now we're going to move out here to the tenths place, and we're going to compare that tenths place. 6 tenths is bigger than 5 tenths. So even though 55 hundredths has more digits than 6 tenths. 6 tenths is still bigger because 6 tenths is bigger than 5 tenths. So 6 tenths is greater than 55 hundredths. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Same thing. I'm going to put them vertically and line up the decimals. So I'm going to start by comparing this ones place, and that's the same. So I move out to the tenths place. 3 tenths and 3 tenths is the same. So now I move out to this last place here. And sometimes if I'm not sure, sometimes I put a 0 in. Don't have to. But if I look here, it's a 0 and a 0. So that shows us that these numbers are equal. And then we'll move on to our last set of numbers out here. So we have 1 and 456 thousandths. And we're going to compare that with 1 and 472 thousandths. So I start with my whole numbers, and the ones place is equal. So I move to the tenths place. Both of those are 4s, so that's still equal. Then I move out to the hundredths place. 7 hundredths is bigger than 5 hundredths, which means this number is larger. So if we were going to read this, we would say 1 and 456 thousandths is less than 1 and 472 thousandths. Thanks for tuning in, and our next video will be discussing lesson 4.9. Have a great afternoon.